Real quick, does he have his back view? Because I would love to see that. So you
You
can
know,
see
I
what
would
I was
just
seeing at.
like to have you stop talking.
No.
This is 24 RO09007. Mr. Sutton, your ticket was issued for improper passing back on the 26th of November, 8:29 in the morning, southbound I-75 near Lincoln. You've got three options in this matter. You can admit or deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
And that with those choices, it would be admit with explanation.
And what is your explanation, please?
Um, it would be kind of hard to like explain it. Is there any way that I could flip my camera around and show you? Hold on 1 second. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. All right. So this is 11 Mile. This is the on ramp. This is me. Basically, when I got on the on ramp, you got cars that were cutting across the two lines, cutting in traffic. Then I saw a cop car and a car in front of it, which I thought the dude was broke down and he was just sitting there waiting, because, how sometimes the officers sit there while cars are broke down because whatever. So I come up and like I gently just kind of went around him because the on ramp was clear to go on, and I was going to 696 westbound, so I would have stayed in his lane. And apparently he didn't like that, and he came after me.
Well, you drove on the shoulder, did you not?
Like a foot, not even. Like
so
my
you drove
right
on the shoulder.
Like barely. Like I said, you have all these cars cutting across the lane. I thought it was a broke down situation because you got cars cutting across double lines into traffic behind him, and it was wide open in front of him. So at first I thought that was a situation between them two cars, the officer and the other car. And like I said, I come up the ramp, I was sitting there, then I was like, okay, is this guy broke down or what? And no one was moving, so I needed to go straight. And that's kind of what I did. I mean, obviously, an officer sitting there, I ain't gonna be like, hey, let me break the law in front of him. But that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what happened. You simply can't drive on a shoulder.
Right, but driving on the shoulder, four tires, that's one thing. My right
Driving on the
tire.
shoulder is one thing, and that's the only one thing. It doesn't matter if there's one tire or four. You can't drive on the shoulder.
Okay, but how can you have other cars crossing double lines then?
Sometimes you have to wait.
Explain that.
I can
The
explain that
officer
this is
and
your
the car
third
in
ticket
front
in a
of me
year.
were that has nothing to do with improper lane change. Even
It
the
wasn't
officer
improper
car
lane
was
change, it
across
was
the
improper
line,
passing.
so he was improper to begin with. So how was
Mr. Sutton, are you admitting or denying?
I told you that?
And I understood that you said yes, you admitted responsibility. You rightly admitted responsibility. The fine is $130. It can be paid online, by mail, or you can pay it at the courthouse counter.
And what's the points on this?
That's between you and the Secretary of State. The court doesn't give the points.
Nah,
I can tell you.
I revoke I'm not guilty. I'm claiming it because the cop was over two lines. He was between these two yellow lines. And why is because there's two lines you ain't supposed to cross when you get on the on ramp. People are already crossing it. I told the officer when I got out, look at all these people cutting across. How am I supposed to know what you guys are doing? And he, like the officer said, you are responsible for your own actions. Exactly. I safely cruised around him. I didn't fly around him. I did like 2 miles per hour, just creeped around him, thinking that car in front of him was broken down.
If you want the hearing, you'll have to stop talking so we can start it. Raise your right hands, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
The officer will testify first.
All right. Thank you, Magistrate. On November 26th, approximately 8:29 in the morning, I was in unmarked car 805. I was dispatched to a call on westbound 696 as there was a heavy traffic backup due to large spill of dirt, probably from some sort of commercial grade vehicle. Traffic because of this was incredibly backed up on southbound I-75. I was on the on-ramp from southbound Stevenson, which is essentially, it's considered the 11-mile on-ramp, but it's the start of the on-ramp basically starts just now north of 4th. And I was fully within my lane. There was cars in front of me trying to merge over into the stop lane of traffic. Prior to the construction, that on-ramp lane continued as one continuous lane to 696. However, since everything's been constructed and redone, it no longer does that. It merges onto actual lanes of traffic and does not continue as one continuous lane. I was waiting for my traffic to clear so that I could continue forward and also merge over. While I'm waiting, the vehicle driven by Mr. Sutton, which was a 2013 black Jeep Grand Cherokee, drove past me almost completely on the shoulder, not by just a couple of feet, but almost completely. If I am allowed to admit into evidence, I would like to admit my dash camera video into evidence to further support my testimony.
Okay, can you play that now?
Yes. Give me one moment to get everything pulled up. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Okay. Magistrate, would you like to see that again?
Please.
Magistrate, further, I would like to add in testimony that I had no rear lights on to indicate that I was behind any traffic that was disabled or anything. As my video clearly shows, I was within my lane of traffic, merely waiting for vehicles that, again, were within their lane, attempting to merge over into a merged lane into basically what was equivalent of stopped traffic in southbound I-75. Let me pull up this again. All right, can you see me again?
Yes.
Share. Okay. All right. I have no further to add.
Mr. Sutton, you saw the film?
Yeah, and I'm assuming that's sped up, by the way, because the officer
Did you
was
see
sitting
the
there for a
film,
good
sir?
minute. Yes, I see the film, but
Did you
as
see
I
the
asked,
vehicle
it
on
sped up.
Did you see the vehicle on the ramp?
The
Did you
vehicle
see
that was
the-
in front of him, yes.
You had told me that you only had one wheel over on the shoulder.
That's what it looked like to me
Well,
when I went
did you
around
see?
him.
Did you just see the video that showed all your entire vehicle driving down the shoulder?
Yes, I did. But as I said, he was sitting there with no lights on, no nothing. Is that video sped up? Because I waited for a good minute before he even moved.
Mr. Sutton, your testimony
Then,
isn't true.
what do
The
you mean? Is
picture
it
shows you
true?
drove through on the shoulder. You had said
I never said I
repeatedly-
didn't.
Yes, you
I
did.
never
You said
said
you
I
only had
didn't drive
one
on the
tire
shoulder.
kind of on it.
I said I was a couple foot over the line with the right
We're in a
side.
couple feet. It was the entire vehicle. Pay your ticket. We're done.
Mhm.
Man.
Real quick, does he have his back view? Because I would love to see that. So you can
You know,
see
I
what
would
was
just
seeing.
like to have you stop talking.
No.
I don't need a back view. You can tell from the front exactly where I am and exactly how I am. You don't get to just drive around people. He doesn't get it. He didn't get it there. He doesn't get it now. That video doesn't make it any more clear.
It couldn't be any more clear. Back view. We don't need it. He repeatedly said just one tire, a couple feet. And not only that, the rate at which he drove past you, could have
Well, that
given
was
rise
sped
to
up.
another ticket.
If that was sped up, then like you can clearly see, you can see the timestamp right on it. Everything is going at exactly the same time.
Real time.
Yes. There's no change whatsoever in that.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, I figured you'd like it.
Yeah.
I think if you would have actually played the YouTube back to him of him repeatedly saying, I just had one tire, he still would have denied that too,
Yes.
for sure.
I love these dash cameras. I love these body cameras. I have nothing to hide. They are a phenomenal tool. They only make my job easier and they only back up my credibility.
Safer. People can make an allegation and it's hard to unring the bell. When you've got it on film, there was a case not so long ago about an allegation of a prisoner in the back of a vehicle said that police officers stopped when they were bringing her to the station and committed all kinds of nefarious acts on her. They had the film timed, and it showed her the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And the allegations that she made against those two men were criminal acts
Yes.
and could have resulted in them going to prison.
Mm-hmm. I sure hope she was charged because all too often I find administrators not willing to charge for false report.
That's a felony.
Yes, it is.
And although we have to wait a minute or so before the next person